What is Gucci, fam? I have something I really need to explain, but first.
How's everybody's day? But more importantly, how's everyone's weekend? Hopefully good. If you were working, hopefully you were getting work done, staying on track, laser focus like I'm trying to be with these dogs. If not, if you were clocking out for the weekend, hopefully you had a good time and enjoyed it. Hopefully you were living it up. But I'm about to go grab food first. And then I'm gonna get to what I really want to explain to all of you. Fam, let me take the time to thank you for everyone who's stopping back these past couple days and watching the videos, liking, commenting, and subscribing, smacking that. I appreciate it. You guys are the homies. And for those of you who took the time to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter, again, thank you. I'm humble, I'm appreciative, and I'm so grateful. If you have not, smack that subscribe button. Come on, fam, what are you doing? Do it already. I'm going to be explaining something that I've already said, a point that I already made. So I guess I'm not explaining it, I'm going to re-explain the point because maybe it didn't come across properly. So I'm going to take the time to re-explain a point that I made, and I want to tell you why I've decided to re-explain it. So it was Saturday morning, I get a call from my mom at 7 o'clock, and we had a 30-minute discussion / conversation about a point that I made. And she didn't necessarily agree or like the way I explained it. So context is key in everything, not even just in YouTube videos, in life. Context is key. You have to understand everything that's wrapped around it and to pull pieces and bits into it. Can be hard because people just hear what they like to hear at some points, and that's all right. I have empathy for that and I understand that, but I just don't want my points to come off wrong. And again, if you saw my flaw video, which was my third video, I said I want to get better at articulating myself. So this is part of it. I need to articulate myself better and explain things properly so that the points that I'm trying to make get across. If you have not checked out the first video, just so that you guys can have context around the point that I make in it, I'm gonna link it up, check it out, go look, just because I want you guys to get the full context around it and to understand. But the point that I made was, and I quote, absolutely do not let outside people influence you. Don't. There's no point. Don't even think about other people's thoughts. Now be kind, be nice, be grateful. I'm not saying to totally neglect people. I'm just saying don't let people influence you in what you want to do with your life. It's tying those last pillars together. If you're constantly thinking about what your parents, your grandparents, your mom, I already said that, your dad, I'm gonna say it again, brother, your sister, Bob, Joe, Sally, your best friend, whoever, if you always listen to them or listen to their negativity or listen to their thoughts about your life, like, what? Why? And I'm not saying it's easy, because guess what? It's not easy. And I promise there was other bits and pieces of information surrounding that point right there. So if you have not seen the first video, just watch it so that you understand. On that note, Friday was a big day. I took a trip into Pittsburgh. It was my first experience ever at an Apple store, and I got a brand new toy. And I was pumped. It was an awesome day. So I wanted to share a couple clips from it, fill you guys in on what I did. So check it out. Dante, Quit throwing stuff. I almost dropped it. It's Friday, March 23rd, and yes, fam, I'm going to get a new laptop today, and I could not be more pumped about it. I'm heading to the Apple Store in Pittsburgh, in Shadyside. I've never been to an Apple Store before, so it's a new venture for me today. But let's get the show on the road. And we have made it. Took longer than expected. I guess it's a Friday. Should have known there'd be traffic in a parking garage. Took me about 10 minutes just to try to find parking here in Shadyside, but we Gucci now. Heading to the Apple Store. Let's get it poppin'. There's just something about Pittsburgh. There's always a good atmosphere here. Got the new laptop. Check it out. Check it out. It was a good time, good experience. Apple, first experience was an A+ experience. Highly rated, 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend. Would definitely recommend. Future Dante, on that note, we're sending it back to you, cuz. Past Dante. Thank you for sending it back, homie. You killed it. High five. And let's get to the re-explanation. Mom, I am strictly doing this for you. This is not going to be a part of my video today, but I see the point she made. I understand that the point that I was trying to get across to everyone could have been misinterpreted. And I don't want that to happen. So I am taking it upon myself to re-explain. I think it is necessary. I think it will be beneficial. So, Mom, I love you. And this is essentially for you. Now, fam, I stand by the point that do not ever let outside people influence you and what you want to do with your life. Your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, the ventures you want to get into, all of those. Do not let people and their thoughts and their opinions and their negative comments influence your decisions. Now, when I say that, it is completely circumstantial. It is split up into two categories of people who can influence you and have impacts on your life. The first category are your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, and any other family members. The second category are friends, best friends, acquaintances, and those everyday nobodies that really don't have an impact in your life or that you're not really associated with. That for some reason, you let their thoughts, their opinions have an impact on your life. So on to the first category, which is family. Circumstances are huge. Also, one of those circumstances is age. If you're in high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever, you can't just be a little shithead and not listen to your parents and your elders, because it's quite possible that you do not have the mental capacity yet to understand life and to be able to make those decisions for yourself. So circumstances matter. For myself, I am surrounded by amazing grandparents, parents, siblings, and other family members. I have had a great life, a great upbringing, and I am forever grateful to all of my family members. Now, that is not to say that I've not been through some shit, because I've experienced things that people will never have to go through in their entire life. Some people. Other people have been in my boat. Now, I will touch base on my family life and my experiences down the road a little bit as the vlogs progress. Now, not everybody has had an awesome and great upbringing or a great past, and I have empathy for that, and I understand and I fully realize that. So I'm saying that you need to be self-aware and have the self-awareness to understand your environment and the people around you and who you should listen to and who you shouldn't listen to in terms of good advice, bad advice, negative comments, negative thoughts, or false opinions. Just because they are your family members and they are older does not mean that they understand life or that they have the best life practices or that they understand where the world's going the next 5 to 10 to 15 years, because a lot of them don't understand. And that's why you're seeing such a huge shift in the world and in business. People, family members, whoever, who are older and who have lived the longest are some of the best people to take advice from. They have been through a lot. They have seen a lot of change in the world. They have wisdom, knowledge, so incredibly smart. But again, that does not mean they know everything, that you should just listen and do what they tell you. Take their advice, take their thoughts, take their opinions, process them, understand them, apply it to your life, your environment, and your circumstances, and then act upon it. Maybe you take a piece of advice that is, quite frankly, bullshit and realize yourself, well, that's definitely not what I want to do with my life. Cool. You've taken their advice, you've processed it, you've applied it to your life, and you've realized that their advice was straight bull poop. For example, I'm not going to ask someone who's 60 years old, hates their job, hates life, and is miserable every single night of how I should run my life and how I should do it, because that's not where I want to be when I'm 60. I don't want to hate life, and I don't want to be regretting my past. Another example, I'm not going to ask a 90-year-old who doesn't have any social media platforms how to run my social media platforms. Circumstances matter, context matters. So, on to the next category. I didn't see everyone switch. On to the next category, which is friends, best friends, acquaintances, and everyday nobodies that you just happen to walk by. Most of their opinions and their thoughts do not matter. Again, you have to understand your circumstances. You have to understand those people that surround you. Are those friends truly friends? Are those truly the people that you should have surrounded yourself with? Do their characteristics and their mindsets match up with yours? Because if not, then you need to change your friend group. It sucks, but it's the truth, and I'm starting to realize it more than ever. Some of your best friends may not really be the best friends for you. You need to surround yourself with people that are on the same mission as you, want the same thing out of life. Now, as for those people that are just acquaintances or everyday nobodies, that for some reason their thoughts and opinions get in your head and you let them influence you, don't enough. Okay? Their thoughts, their opinions really do not matter. Doesn't matter at all. If you're not associated with them, who cares? If they're not like-minded as you are, who cares? If they're not on a good path in life, then who cares what they think? You know what you want out of life. You know the path that you want to go down. You know the life that you want to live. So start living it. Quit letting them influence you. They shouldn't. They never should. Now, fam, I think that's enough preaching. I feel as if I articulated myself a little bit better. You kind of understand where I'm coming from. These are categories that you could go on and on and on about, and I can talk about it more down the road. I will explain my points a little bit better as time goes on, because this is going to be a long process, a long ride, and a long journey. So hang on. On that note, if you haven't, subscribe, guys. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for stopping back. Follow me on all the platforms, you know, IG, Snap, Facebook, Twitter, you know the deal. Again, you know your goals, you know your dreams, you know your aspirations. Your past does not define who you are. You choose the life you want to live. You choose what your future is going to be, and you choose what is going to be in store for you down the road. So start living life, start creating your own, and fam, just live that lifestyle. I love y'all. Peace!